rAOdschool here. Ryan and
Constance.
And Anastasia's in the shower. So we had a moment to share with you all a little bit about some of the commonly asked questions that we've been getting a lot as we've embarked on our RV lifestyle and road schooling adventures. So one of the first questions that we get asked is how to transition and downsize and from a house to an RV, and how did that go for us? Do you have a response to that one?
Question.
Yeah.
Well, it is challenging, and we
ended up buying storage.
We did end up buying storage, and because we personally were on more of a time crunch,
we
ended up having to get a bigger storage than we originally planned.
But the good thing is we still got rid of a lot of stuff. I would say probably more than half of our stuff. Probably we got rid of.
We did get rid of a lot of stuff, and then that feels really freeing and good if you haven't done that in a long time.
And when we have more time, of course, we're gonna go back to the storage and sort through and try to get rid of more so we can get a smaller storage.
Right.
Cheaper. Right now we're paying like $200 a month, I think. Yeah, and we want to get that expense down. Which does lead us into the topic of Anastasia. She's it's a hard thing to ask a kid to get rid of their toys and their beloved possessions, and so you want to tell them what she did to get rid of her stuff and what we're doing for her?
Well, definitely she felt better about some things because they're in storage, they're waiting, and sometimes we can go to storage and swap things out, which we've done one time.
I think we talked about this in another episode, and then she'll give the things that she's getting rid of to like needy kids, right?
Yeah, we'll try to see. She hangs on to stuff pretty tight.
She does,
like a lot of kids, but
like a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But then the excitement of being on the road and all the activities are seeming to keep her busy enough that she's not completely missing her toys too much.
Yeah, and
there's moments.
Yeah. There are some things that are on the bus, on the RV that she hasn't. Ryan always calls it bus.
Yeah, bus. It's the bus. And we have a lot of storage underneath and inside, so we can hide things in places where she doesn't see them and then surprise her with them weeks down the road. So that's been fun. Like just recently we pulled out all her Legos, and then they found her Barbies deep buried inside some storage compartment. So that was fun.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely just think about what do you love. We had some piles going, what have you not played with in a long time, what can we see in a future time, and what do you love, and we have space for on the RV.
Of course, we're trying to buy her new toys that are more educational. So in last week's episode we showed this little RV camp game that we bought, and that's stuff like that has a little bit more puzzles of America and wildlife educational things, and she's getting into that, so that's good.
Yeah.
So one of the next questions is, which is kind of a good transition from here, is while we're on the road, do we know where we're going? Everybody's asking us that question, what's your plan? Do you know where you're going and where you're staying, and how do you know where you're staying every night? And there's a lot to that question. There's multi-layers, and I guess my answer is yes and no. Yes, we plan, but no, we don't always plan in detail, and that can be good and it can be bad, and you can explain.
Yeah, the things that we've learned is, we have a general idea based off of weather.
Yeah, so we know we're going south for the winter, obviously. And we have the states in line. We're going to California, visit all our loved ones there, then over to New Mexico, where she's from, visit a lot of people she knows there, and then that's kind of the plan for now. And we know we might want to go back up north when it gets colder or warmer, but we're not sure exactly what direction. We might go to Casper, Wyoming and Montana first, then come back to the Pacific Northwest.
Canada, we're thinking
then
summer.
Canada, summer. So that's kind of our general planning, and we've got a long list of people and places that we want to visit along the way. But what ends up happening is people will say, "Oh, did you hear about this cool RV park, or did you hear about this state park?" And so then that's great, that's a good thing. But then the negative thing is
it takes a little bit of planning ahead of time depending on where you want to go, because spots fill up.
Yes. which is kind of a new thing in the RV world. It's blowing up right now. So what our plan to kind of go with the flow used to be a great thing, but now it's like challenging because you just can't get spots anymore unless you plan like weeks ahead.
Right, and then we've learned that we would like to have some long, at least a couple, like, we don't want to be moving.
Yeah, we feel like we've been moving.
A minimum of 3 days feels good.
This is our Airbnb right there for 2 nights. What do you think? Beautiful. You happy with your Airbnb?
Yes.
Okay. Good, because next time we're gonna get a hot tub too.
Next time, hot tub is on the priority list.
But this is good. Next time, this with a hot tub right there.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Nesquith. The air is clean. It doesn't smell like smoke finally. So we found a safe haven from these fires, and we rented this Airbnb for 2 nights to get the smoky smell and air out of the RV. This past month and a half, 2 months that we've been in the Oregon area, we've been like moving every 3 days or 4 days and maybe a week. We've been but we're like, ultimately I want to stop, because every day we move, we pack up the bus, put the sliders in, unhook all the water, electric, sewer. It's just a lot, and then it takes up about half our day, if not more, to move to the next spot. And so I'm just noticing how much time I'm losing for work, and it's disruptive for the family. So like, at least a week. But I would think, hopefully we can just do monthlies. Monthlies are great. You get a reduced fee, and then you just have a month to stay in one spot and explore. So that would be ideal for me.
Yeah, and that takes planning.
It does take planning.
Because that's where people don't have monthly spots, at least during the times we were looking.
Yeah.
There might be based off of seasons,
Yeah.
But,
and then the next question that people are asking a lot is, what are you doing for income on the road? And that's a complicated question too. It's multi-layered. It has to do with multiple sources of income for us. And the biggest challenge for me has been that my business is ranked on the first page of Google for Portland. So if you type in Portland videographer, Portland video production company, AO Productions pops up, which is so great and wonderful. And we'll continue to utilize that SEO ranking, but because we won't be in town, we'll be doing a lot more subcontracting. But I am really also trying to pivot towards how can I get more work doing video production while we're on the road, remote. And we still haven't figured that out yet. So we have other ideas like Kangdon Water, potentially maybe doing that as like a way to earn side income, because if we, people buy Kangdon Water through us, then we get like residual income. Constance's business, you want to talk about that? How it's picking up?
It's all online anyways, so that's good and helpful.
She does healing, of course. Like, how do you explain it?
I am psychic, and I do intuitive healing and coaching work.
Yeah, specifically
mostly
focused
around
on
relationships and love and all that.
Yeah,
like helping clear the path and for people to find good
and
love.
She's doing great and getting a lot more business, because as you can imagine, during quarantine and COVID, it's been a real struggle for a lot of people to find love and relationships, or it's been straining on the relationships they already have. So, she's doing better and better. And if you need help, let her know. Shameless plug for the wife. And if you need video production services, let me know. And I'll admit, like, a lot of people's businesses have needed to shift towards more online video production, or like stuff that they film themselves and I'll edit for them because of quarantine and COVID. So, if you need any help like that, I've been doing that a lot. There's our little cave. We found a cave at the beach. There's Anastasia. What is this place? Is this X marks the spot where the treasure is buried? The pirate treasure from Goonies?
Right here.
Right there? Cool. All right.
This will trick people to think there's pirates.
That's funny.
And we thought about maybe as we travel, reaching out to the local areas, like anyone need photography, video, media work done while they're there.
A lot of people I've been working with are interested in their elders' life stories. So I've been putting a lot of videos together for people's legacy videos, like interviewing elders and finding out their life stories, stuff like that. So that's been a really, obviously that's an important thing in this time with the COVID. So if you have any elders that need that, we would love to help share their story. But yeah, so income it's a constant shifting thing, and we're just trying to, stay aware of opportunities that we have. And I would say if you're looking to be mobile and do what we're doing and be on the road, if you want to have mobile income, there's all kinds of different ways, from drop shipping on Amazon to, maybe having some sort of product that you can sell online, or, these are all things we've considered too. Obviously the YouTube channels you can make money off of, Facebook, not as much money, but you can do it for sure. Having some sort of a workshop or a course, like I think we're both thinking of developing those and selling those. They have this thing called ClickFunnels, which a lot of people are really not even aware that you can make a lot of money. My cinematography mentor, I got into him through a Facebook ad. So you run a Facebook ad for a workshop, and he was doing a workshop about how to make more money on your cinematography business. And he roped me in with these great workshops, and so I've been following him for years now. And so if you can do stuff like that, that's a great way to make side income. Any other side hustles you can think of? Are you the school bus driver?
Yeah. Come in, sir.
Come in, sir. Okie dokie.
Where are you going today?
Where am I going? Anywhere but the fires.
The
beach?
Orcas Island?
Yeah, Orcas Island. Let's go to Orcas Island. Nice driving. Look at all the smoky ash on the seats that Anastasia wiped off so she could play. Yeah, ultimately you want to mix, there's freedom out here on the road, right? You're not obviously sitting behind a desk anymore on a 9-to-5 job. So I would say the first thing is figuring out what your passion is, because this is the opportunity to follow your heart, find your passion, and do it. And so everybody's passion is going to be different. And then once you figure that out, then it's about monetizing it,
Right.
And then obviously monetizing several different sources. You don't want to just have one source.
Right. Like my sister's gonna do, her passion is teaching kids music, which she's not doing right now, so she's gonna try to do online music. Yeah. Lessons and things like that. So
yeah, your sister's course is going to be awesome, and I'm excited for her. She's definitely got a lot going for her as far as various sources of income possibilities. So she knits. She's an agriculturalist.
You could do things online like transcription work.
Her sister can work on farms because she's really good with agriculture. Some people do hosting at RV camp spots or state parks. You can just park your RV and be the host, and you get free rent. And that's and another thing about income is not just earning the income, but reducing expenses. So if you find a spot where you can be an RV park host, then you just cut out your rent for the month. So it goes both ways. Yeah. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for your questions, and in the future we will reach out again when we want to do another Q&A. And as always, just send questions on the threads or in the comments, and we'll be glad to answer. Bye.
Bye.